Assassin's Creed Black Flag first released in 2013 and is heavily regarded as one of the greatest installments in the franchise. Fast forward to 2024 with pirate games rising in popularity thanks to games like Sea of Thieves and Ubisoft releasing Cranium and Armsticks. It's no secret that Skull and Bones was going to be a flop, with it being in development hell for the last 10 years and Ubisoft being forced by an entire country to make the game before it can see its mom again. So that had me thinking, with Ubisoft having one foot in the shitter now, was Black Flag really that good when the company was in its heyday? Well, yes. Diving back into Black Flag after 10-ish years, I was immediately sent back to simpler times when games were just games and not overdosing on microtransactions and being live service just because they didn't know how to finish the game. Wait, games used to release fully completed on day one? Yes! Our time was better than yours, Fortnite kids. The movement, the combat, the parkour, I don't exactly know what it is, but the new Assassin's Creeds just don't really hit the same for me. Black Flag is one of the last in the franchise to use the old system, and I absolutely love it compared to the new system of Valhalla. To be fair though, if you're the type of gamer that really enjoys the Witcher 3 type of RPGs, then you'd probably enjoy the newer Creed games now too. I think the biggest difference for me is the newer ones are just slower in general movement, combat, and story. The older ones like Black Flag are constant in-your-face action from start to finish, and are an even balance of being both linear and open world. During missions, you have a clear objective and know exactly where to go. Then between missions, you're completely free to sail and explore wherever the Jackdaw's heart desires. The sailing. Oh my randy dandy, the sailing. The Jackdaw has actual weight in its steering, causing you to pucker a little every time you sail in and out of ports. The water graphics are severely ahead of its time, rivaling the water in Sea of Thieves. I might actually like Black Flag's water more, because the weather actually affects the tides, creating waterspouts and tidal waves that will send you to the locker if you give it the chance. The exploration is still very Assassin's Creed, but on steroids to make it a quintessential pirate game. Want to sail to every island? You can do that. Want to dive underwater in a giant brass bell to find loot while trying to avoid man-eating sharks? You could do that too. Want to raid enemy forts and take whatever you can and give nothing back? You got it. Freely exploring is so available and unintimidating that it's extremely easy to just be sailing around and realize hours have gone by and you've missed your cousin's birthday party. The story and historic accuracy are by far my favorite in any pirate game to date. Being set in the golden age of piracy, you play Cutlass to Cutlass alongside some of the most well-known pirates like Anne Bonny, Jack Rackham, and Blackbeard. But my favorite is Charles Vane, where halfway through the story he actually goes mad and we have to assassinate him, only to find out we didn't unalive him and find him rotting away in a jail cell in Charlestown later in the game. This is a twist I didn't catch during my first playthrough 10-ish years ago, since I didn't really understand who all these pirates were, the only one keeping my attention being Big Daddy Blackbeard. Now that I actually read up on these pirates and am not a brain-rotting spawn demon anymore, the historic accuracy of the capture of Anne Bonny and Mary Read was amazing to witness in the game. Don't worry, I won't spoil it for you if you don't know what actually happened to them in real life. I'll just say it's very Salem witch trials in fashion. Of course, even the absolute best games ever made aren't without flaws, and Black Flag is not an exception. Even though the parkour is impressively smooth, every once in a while the momentum will carry you too much when you're trying to make a sharp turn or stop suddenly. And why the hell does it cost thousands of reals to build a fire on the beach? Just gather some sticks and dry leaves, you drunken muppet! But my biggest gripe of all Assassin's Creed games really is the Animus and Abstergo projects. Sure, it makes sense for plot reasons that each game is essentially a simulation of historic events, but it seems every time I'm becoming fully immersed in the story, the game yanks me out to either hack someone's computer or to scan a post-it note around the office. Just let me live in my little pirate world in peace without forcing a weird modern fourth wall break and I'd be completely happy. The ending of the modern day story is also something that doesn't really make a ton of sense to me, with our modern day character being literally blackmailed into releasing a gigantic evil waifu from a type of Pandora's box. At least after that, we are able to finish the game as Edward Kenway, sailing into the sunset with his daughter and having a conversation that still brings tears to my eyes. Playing Black Flag again after 10-ish years, I'll admit my expectations were pretty low since technology has skyrocketed since that time. But I was pleasantly surprised to find that its graphics and story still hold up, even rivaling some heavy hitters in the same genre today. Personally, I do hold Black Flag as the best Assassin's Creed game to date, and I will gladly take that down with me to Davy Jones' locker. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this retrospective of Black Flag, Please like and subscribe, or the Kraken will tickle your feet hangling off the bed tonight. And comment below what your favorite Assassin's Creed game is and why it's not Unity. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, deuces everybody.